Good day, and happy Sunday, everyone. Happy Sunday. Welcome to Living Life in Joy. I am Rev Melissa, and I am so excited about today's show, and you will be too as soon as you see who my guest is today. So, we are in our October month. We're closing it out. Happy Halloween, everybody. And our theme for October has been unity. Unity, and we've had some amazing guests this month. So, what I love about this show, the Living Life in Joy show, is that it's a vehicle that is such a what's the word? It's such an opportunity for you all to get in touch and to experience people who are connected to their yes, people who are doing their work in the world. And so I'm just excited that I get to do what I said I wanted to do when I became a minister, to be a vessel of joy, to be a vessel of joy. So that is what Living Life in Joy is all about. So we might as well get ready, set, go. I was giggling at myself because I usually say, go, set, ready. And this time I said, ready, set, go. That was funny. Funny for me. Okay. So my guest today is a wonderful woman that I got to meet. I'm not really sure how we met. We have to talk about that. But we became more familiar with each other, let's say, through Centers for Spiritual Living. So I want to share with you Kris Ferraro. So listen to this. Kris Ferraro has been a licensed practitioner for 14 years. She began in Science of Mind when she joined Centers for Spiritual Living, North Jersey, for their first service 19 years ago. She transferred to Rockland CSL last November and is thrilled to be a part of this sweet community. She has been a serious student of metaphysics for over 25 years and uses spiritual practices and principles in workshops for over a decade. Kris is the author of 2 books, y'all, Energy Healing, and her latest book, Manifesting, which you see there on the screen. Kris is an energy healer. She's an empath, and she will help you get in touch with the parts inside yourself that are stuck. She uses practical solutions for the challenges of humanness and gives readers the capacity to realize the dreams of their spirits. That's what she's offering through her book, Manifesting. So if you need support, check out her book, Manifesting. So we're going to get into that and so much more. Please welcome to Living Life in Joy, Kris Ferraro. All right. Hey, Kris.
A drum roll and everything.
Yes.
Very nice. Thank
you.
Thank you so much for having me on.
Oh, you're so welcome. It's really wonderful to have you here with us. So one of the things that we do here at Living Life in Joy, I say we sprinkle on a little Sunday in praise with what I call, won't he do it? So Kris, something led you to be who you are, right?
Absolutely.
Your life's journey. And I would love to hear your won't he do it? What is your testimony?
I have a story I think that's familiar to a lot of people in that I was born different. You know, I was born an empath. I was highly sensitive. I had a deep sense of spirit and spiritual and mystical things as a very young child and felt like the oddball and the misfit. And, you know, out of that, I developed some pretty serious anxiety and other mental health issues. And yet there was a still small voice inside of me that said that I could heal and that I could be happy. And I followed that still small voice, and it led me in many incredible directions. And it also led me to do the work that I'm doing now. So I, you know, specialize in working with people who are struggling with anxiety, struggling with depression, struggling with unprocessed trauma, struggling with creative blocks. Like they know that they could be doing their dreams and they just don't know how.
Mm.
And so I help them to clear that stuff out by being able to feel for them where that stuck energy is. And then I, start and close all of my work with affirmative prayer, with spiritual mind treatment, with knowing the knowingness of that field of infinite possibilities. So I am living a life that I never ever thought that was possible. I wake up in the morning and I am in love with my work. I am in love with the way that it has manifested. That part of it is I get to come on something like this and talk to you. I mean, I could have never planned all of that.
Mhm. Mhm.
That's spirit, y'all, showing up in the most incredible and magnificent of ways. So I am happier, healthier, more connected, more loving than I was even in my 20s.
Yes.
So life as I know it is working really, really, really well for me. And I transitioned into being able to do this work full time.
Mm.
Out of a career in social services, which was meaningful but debilitating in a lot of ways. And so that is every day. I don't take that for granted. It's such a gift to be able to do what I'm doing and be the creator that I am.
Yes. Oh, Kris, that's wonderful. And in every conversation that I have with people who are doing their work, I'm finding a common thread, a common theme about their experiences as children. Some challenge, something that was uncommon in the family,
Yeah.
right? Something that, they kind of stood apart from everybody else, and I can so relate to that. And it seems like you have been able to harness that in a way that has been freeing for you.
It really has. I mean, the very things about myself that I thought were curses are actually the greatest blessings that I've ever received. And
Mm.
the fact that I'm able to use those as blessings and use that to heal myself and others is absolutely the greatest gift ever.
Ah, beautiful. All right, so let's get into it because some folks don't know when you say energy work, right? People go all kinds of places with that. So, what specific modalities do you use?
One of my main modalities is called the EFT, which is emotional freedom techniques. You may have heard or seen it as tapping,
Mhm.
and it's tapping on meridian points while we're thinking about the thoughts and feelings that we have that are getting us down. And in that way, we actually break up the energy that holds those thoughts and feelings, and then we get to transition and feel much better after we do it. I also do something called emotion code and body code that uses kinesiology, which is muscle testing. It's basically just using the body to get yes and no answers
Mm.
and finding blockages and clearing them that way. And I also do principles and practices of Eden energy medicine. And
Mm.
that's about overall balancing the different systems of the body.
Oh, wow. That sounds awesome. When I was looking at your website, Kris, I noticed that you used the term spiritual freedom techniques.
Oh, well, what I did was, I walked a dual path for a long time. I was studying to become a practitioner. I was living a metaphysical life. And at the same exact time, I was taking classes in these energy practices. And it felt like these were two different worlds because
Mhm.
in the affirmative spiritual world, we're looking at affirming and being positive and uplifting our vibration, and in the energy world, we're tuning into the blockages or what we think is wrong. And
Mhm.
they felt like they were in conflict with one another until I realized in doing affirmative prayer sessions with clients and only doing energy sessions with clients that actually everyone needed both.
Mhm.
And so I merged those together, and out of that came spiritual freedom techniques. How can we use energy techniques in accordance with spiritual principle and practices? And so that's my own teaching that I created.
Ah, that's so delicious to me, Kris, because a couple of weeks ago, I was doing in SIP, my other program, I was doing a series called Alignment, and how sometimes we're on this journey and we're doing what seems like disconnected things, right? And then at some point in time, they come together, they align. And it was exactly what you needed. Like it could be like the missing part of the puzzle to just bring it all together. And that sometimes is what makes it uniquely you.
Well, and then I get the opportunity to go to conferences and speak to my energy colleagues and say to them, hey, while we're clearing this stuff out, let's put something good back in. You know,
Yes.
now that we've tilled the soil, why don't we plant some seeds with our clients so that they leave spiritually supported? And
Yes.
so, but it's funny because I had two different business cards. I charged two different rates. I was living a double life.
Mm,
And I finally said, I don't want to ever do that anymore, and realized
mhm.
that it worked together so beautifully.
Yes, integration, and unification, which is perfect because our theme is unity, right?
Wow,
And
I love
so
that.
clearly your work is unified as an expression of who you are. So I know that you launched a new book a
I
couple of weeks ago,
did.
and congratulations. I saw one of your posts on Facebook saying it was one of the must read books. It had
They
like a specific category.
Yeah, at a Barnes& and Noble in, Livingston, New Jersey, someone there, a employee created an end cap of most inspiring reads, and she loved the book, and so she put it on the end cap along with some of my heroes like Brené Brown. So it was pretty amazing to walk in there and be like, "Whoa, what am I doing over here?" What manifested.
Yes, fireworks for that.
Fireworks, I guess I manifested it.
Good plug, good plug. So tell us about the book.
Well, I taught metaphysics for over 10 years. And then, of course, there's elements of metaphysics in all of the workshops and trainings that I've done since then. And so I was asked to create something that would be appropriate for beginners to get started in co creating with the universe, with God, with Source, the higher power of their own understanding, a life that really makes their hearts sing. And
Mm,
so I took all of that 10 years and I distilled it down into my best practices. And there's things in there that may be familiar with people, like affirmations and vision boards. And then there's other practices that, in unique ways that I've created them, that I have found just in my own journey. What worked
mm,
for me? What worked for my students? What works for my clients?
mhm.
And so I got to put that all together and share it with everyone, which is really exciting.
Beautiful. So, Kris, how do you define manifestation?
I think of manifestation as going within and becoming very conscious about what we want to create out in the world. So it's an in journey, it's from the inside out versus the outside in. Most of the
Mhm,
time, say if we have a money issue, we think, well, I'll just get another job that pays more money. That's an outside journey,
mhm,
right? Or we want more love in our life, so we go on a dating app.
mhm,
And from this perspective, we start with going within and holding in consciousness, in a grounded place, that which we are seeking to have, that we're already having it.
mm, mm.
And feeling the feeling tones of that, because we don't have to wait for anything to show up in our lives to feel the way that we want to feel.
Yes.
And then from that place, yes, of course, we take action steps. We apply for a new job or we go on that dating app. But then we're led by inspired action
Mhm,
and this incredible oneness that we are all a part of lines up the most incredible steps, the most magnificent ways of our dreams coming true and coming into form in our lives.
Ah, beautiful, beautiful. So, Kris, if someone wants to work with you, one, what would how would they prepare themselves for that? Like, what would they expect? And two, how can they be in touch with you?
It starts with getting clear about what you want to remove or what you want to release from your life. And so it may be that person who just wakes up and goes, oh, God, I can't just keep doing the same thing over and over again. I need a change here. So
Mhm.
getting clear about what you want to release and getting clear about what you want to create is a great first step, because that clarity of intention already gets that the
Mhm.
movement in your life started, whether
Mhm.
you come see me or not. And
Mhm.
then if you decide that you'd like to see me, you can go onto my website. There's information about services. You can send me a little message on my contact form, and I'll email you back.
All right. Simple as that. All right. All right. So let's get into some joy questions. Let's get into some joy
Woo!
questions. All right. What does joy feel or look like for you?
Lately, it's looked like taking pictures. I have done photography on and off since I was in high school, and I decided I wanted to get better about it and take it more seriously instead of just winging it, and learn and make it more of a practice for myself. So finding new places, finding new ways of seeing old familiar things
Hmm.
and capturing that brings great, great joy for me. So expressing my creative self brings joy.
Ah, beautiful. So, Kris, I say I'm living life in joy. What are you living life in?
I am living life in purpose.
Mm.
I know there's a book out there called The Purpose Driven Life. I've never read it because I don't need to, because I'm already leading it. Everything that I believe in about people's abilities to heal, to be happy, to live lives that really work for them, I know it because I'm living it and I see other people living it. And so that belief that people can transform and change and have the lives that they want is, I'm an evangelical for it. It
Mm.
just, that is my purpose. And so that purpose goes into everything that I do, every conversation that I have. I'm sure there's probably people who are like, oh God, she's talking about her job again. Sorry, guys. This is a great love of my life. What can I tell you? So, yeah, so my life is filled with great, great purpose, a great motivation to bring what I know to as many people as possible.
Beautiful, beautiful. Last question. What is your joy song?
Whew, well, I love music, and this band, Michael Franti and Spearhead. My God, such uplifting high vibe music. One of their songs is called "The Sound of Sunshine," and
Mm.
I love that song. It just uplifts me. It reminds me that the sun rises each day.
Mm.
We all have struggles. We all have challenges at times, and yet my faith in God is the same faith that I have that the sun will rise
Mm.
each
Mm.
day. And,
Mhm. Yes.
and when he sings of that, he's reminding me of that. And I love that.
Yes. Yes. Oh, beautiful. I have to listen. I don't think I've heard that song, so I will definitely check it out. Well, Kris, thank you so much for blessing us with your presence today. Please, everyone, support her work. Go get Manifesting, the book. There you go. And if you need support, please reach out to Kris at krisferraro.com. Kris, thank you so much personally for all your support to me and my ministry.
Well, you're the real deal. And to everyone out there, I want you to know Melissa is the real deal. She walks the walk, and she is so authentic and so humble. Yet your beauty inside and out, your talents are so exponentially large.
Mm.
And the way that you ground them in this earth plane is it's an absolute joy to behold. So I'm
Uh,
honored to be sisters in spirit with you.
Thank you, Kris, so much. Thank you. All right, everybody. Before I start crying, let's thank Kris again for being with us, for sharing her gifts, for living in her purpose, and for knowing that you can have what your heart's desire. You can have it. You can have it. All right, so we're going to get ready to wrap up the show. I want to share today's joy quote. And I was looking for one that I felt was in the vibration with this interview with Kris today. And so I found one, and I hope it resonates with you. What you want is already here. in the unified field of pure potential. Everything you need to fulfill your greatest desire is already part of your being, but it can't come out until you align with it. Let go of the obstructions to it and raise your vibration to the level at which it already exists. Yes, that's what we're talking about. Being in unity, right? Being in unity with that which you already are. Just raise your vibration, claim it, name it, and claim it for yourself, and get into alignment with what is yours to do, with your work, what makes your heart sing. It's all available. It's already exists. You don't have to create it. We just have to be in the vibration of it, right? All right, y'all. So I think, do I want to say anything else? If you had not seen the alignment series on SIP, it happened, that series was the week of October 18th. Please check out the replay because it's a perfect companion to today's episode of Living Life in Joy and the quote that I just read. So join me 11:30 a.m. for Sunday in Praise at Rockland CSL. It is Practitioner Sunday, so they are holding down the service today. And Kris is one of the practitioners at Rockland CSL, so it's going to be a wonderful service. You can find all the information at rocklandcsl.org. We have service in person, on Zoom, and on Facebook Live. So you have multiple ways to participate. And then join me tomorrow for Sip with Rev Melissa, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, right where you're watching me now. And then mark your calendars because the next meditation with the moon is November 4th at 11 p.m. We do our meditation, our full spiritual practice with the new moon at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. And then after, we have an after party on Zoom. We have a good time just to fellowship and be with each other, share our experience, or just chit chat, y'all. So please join me. So peace and blessings, peace and justice. We're living life in joy, connected to our yes.